In a newly released undercover Planned Parenthood video, a former technician who harvested aborted baby parts says Planned Parenthood disregards patient consent. Holly O'Donnell, a former STEM Express employee, is being called a whistleblower. STEM Express purchases aborted baby parts from Planned Parenthood facilities. O'Donnell says potential pregnancies are viewed as potential specimens. She also claims her former co-workers would not get consent from women before harvesting tissue. She grew more and more concerned before finally leaving her job.
I'm not gonna tell a girl to kill her baby so I can get money. And that's what this company does. Straight up, that's what this company does. There's a reason why they keep journals in the recovery room. Like, if abortion was a good thing, there wouldn't be so much emotional damage from it.
Today's video is the 6th released by the Center for Medical Progress. Dr. David Prentice is vice president of the Charlotte Lozier Institute, a pro-life research group. What do you see as most significant about this latest video?
Well, Brian, what leapt out at me was this lack of consenting, that they're just taking this aborted baby and then parting him or her out for their grisly organ trade.
So these abortive mothers have no clue that their babies are going to be pieced apart and sold.
It's very unlikely. We actually obtained one of the consent forms that showed up in this 6th video. And it starts off by talking about how fetal tissue has been used to treat and cure Parkinson's, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, AIDS. Now, I don't think that's the truth, but it makes these mothers think that they're donating tissue for life-saving research when the fact is actually those babies are being parted out and Planned Parenthood is getting cash for those parts.
And please explain your claim that this type of research is really outdated.
Well, it really is. In almost a century of fetal tissue transplant research, the best results, frankly, were in 2001 and 2003, where Parkinson's patients, over half of them, were made worse, talking about uncontrollable movements and so on. Vaccine development. Back in the 50s and the 60s, fetal tissue was the only thing we knew how to grow in the lab. But since then, most vaccines are not made using fetal tissue. In fact, there was an associate director of the NIH apparently claimed that the recent Ebola vaccine, good news about 10 days ago at the end of July, that it relied on fetal tissue. It was critical. We checked it. No fetal tissue used in the Ebola vaccine.
Are we talking about adult stem cells then?
Adult stem cells, umbilical cord blood stem cells, which have already helped over 1 million patients.
And which are morally acceptable.
That's right.
Because there are no lives taken. So why then this demand for these parts of aborted children?
Yeah, you know, Brian, I think there are some scientists who are still living in this outdated world, the idea that fetal tissue is better, it grows faster, and so on. When again, as we've already said, there are illicit and successful ways to do the research without resorting to this grisly organ trade.
And there are many other moral concerns with this practice, right?
There are, and let's not lose sight of the source of this tissue and organ. As the first video said, the crunching, the painful, horrific way that these young children are destroyed and their lives ended to part them out so that Planned Parenthood can make a little extra money.
It is so hard to hear that, but it's necessary that we do. Dr. David Prentice, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.